different. Hello. All right, we're ready to go. Hi, here I am behind a bar this time, a different bar. I've got some lovely drinks here I've just prepared for a new friend I've just met. And actually, you're all very, very spontaneous, as we are when we're live. What we've actually got now is a dialogue with Stephanie. Stephanie's from Germany, and she's got a very special relationship with a couple of these companies here. What they do is they work with universities around the world, passing on the knowledge of these very, very large heritage companies onto the next generation of designers. And you might see I've got a gathering of about 10 very, very happy, smiling Australian design students, guided by Stefan, the university teacher from the University of Technology in Sydney. Correct. And these guys are working with some of these great brands to create new products, new ideas for the next generation of products for these great brands. And it's not just about taking the ideas, it's about passing on the knowledge back and forth from those great companies onto the next generation. So what we're going to do, Stephanie, is we're going to go for a walk now. We'll say goodbye to these lovely students, waving happily. Enjoy the experience. Good luck with the project, and check out Ambiente Live Facebook and share with your mum and dad back home. So take care. All the best. So Stephanie, I've said a lot about sort of where we are and what you do. Can you maybe explain in your words how you see the chance you give these students around the world to work with these great brands?
I think the chance is to really kind of put them into a real situation and to kind of get the first taste of how it is to work as a designer for a company. And the project is really aimed to like not being a blue sky, but we really want to put at least 1 or 2 concepts into productions after working with them for 6 months, basically.
And we've actually got some examples of that here, haven't we? We've got. You were telling me the story about this one over here. This is
called Slice. This is designer Victoria Branginski. She was one of my students at Parsons School of Design in New York. And this is basically 10 years ago. That's where we basically started the first project. And Nachtmann decided to put it into production. It became a bestseller. And here we are. And it's our 10th anniversary of Next Gen and that amazing product. And that really kicked off the Next Gen products for Nachtmann, and now we have over 55 products in productions by young designers around the world.
Wow, that's impressive. And then the table behind is sort of the next generation, yeah? Some of the examples of this year's.
This was our latest collaboration with the Central St. Martin's School of in London, and there we see punk, and actually punk is 6 years of punk this year, so this is Anke Buchmann, the designer from Central St. Martin's Punk, and it's amazing because the company came out with quite a big kind of product line. Usually they come out with 2 or 3 products to test the waters, and then the following year they continue. And this is Curve, and that's by Valerie, and also from Central St. Martin's.
Of the Ambiente, it's sort of there's lots of talking, lots of things happening, and I think what would be really good to hear your perspective about what we just touched on at the back at the bar. The idea of passing on generation of designers.
I think it's very important because a lot of the companies you see here, some of them still have manufacturing, in Europe or in Germany, and even in the companies, generations of people worked there. So the grandfather, the son, and then maybe the grandson now. And I really think we have a responsibility as designers to make sure that they stay kind of in business, but also kind of train our new next generation of designers to work with these companies.
And I think that training of the next generation, when I think about there's lots of international design prizes and things out there in this world, and a lot of companies making, I'll say, more on the complicated side products where there's lots of parts, lots of components. But that's what I love about this idea of the ceramics and the glass production process, that being very, very technically complex, but from a material execution point of view, it's one part. So does that play a role in the reason which companies you work with? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think working with one material maybe to many people sounds like maybe boring, but it's extremely challenging because you have a lot of constraints as well. And I think just to say what can I do with one material in terms of the design and also aesthetics, and you see that a lot, especially in Ambiente, because as we're standing here, these are ceramics. They have very similar manufacturing processes than the glass we just saw from Nachtmann, the pressed glass. And so a lot of the companies here on Ambiente actually share that, and I think it could be a great way to introducing design to these companies.
What a great call to action. I mean, maybe even, would you want to say your full name and how you can be contacted?
right. My name is Stephanie Kubanek, and you can contact me at info@kubanekdesign.com.
I think that's fantastic. I've really enjoyed talking to you. I'm actually very, very spontaneous chat, and it's one of the better ones. Really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Okay, we're off to see what we can find next. Take care. Bye. Really awesome. Thank you so much.